Hello, boys and girls. I hope you made your predictions from Chapter 3. Let's see if they're right during Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is called Bug Brother. I shook my head in disbelief. I hadn't really turned my brother into a bluebottle. He was hiding somewhere. One of his silly jokes. Well, I wasn't going to fall for that one. I walked back to my room whistling loudly. Then, since my cape was still a bit wet, I used the hairdryer on it. I was whistling even louder now, but there was no sign of Harry. The bluebottle was still circling around me, though. It never left me alone. It seemed really worked up. I ran into Harry's bedroom. I looked under the bed, opened the closet, then I checked my mom and dad's room. He certainly wasn't upstairs. I went downstairs. I saw Aunt Nora busy in the kitchen, but no one else, and everywhere I went, that bluebottle followed behind. I rushed back to my bedroom, and the bluebottle came too. I gaped at it, horrified, yet excited too. I'd wished for my brother to be a bluebottle, and somehow the wish had come true. It must be the cape. It really was magic. This was totally incredible. I couldn't wait to tell Rima. The smile on my face just grew and grew. I was very happy, but the bluebottle wasn't. He was buzzing furiously around and around my head. Only my brother could make that much noise. All right, just calm down, Harry, I said, and stop flying around my head. You're making me feel dizzy. The bluebottle slowed down. I'm sorry about what's happened. I know it must have been a bit of a shock for you, but don't worry. I'll turn you back. No problem. Then I paused. Of course, if I turn you back, do you promise never to take anything from my room again? The bluebottle was suddenly completely silent. I took that to mean yes. And do you promise not to be so annoying in the future? All at once, the bluebottle landed on my nose. I could see him clearly now. There was a flash of blue on his body and 2 midget antennae coming out of his head. I liked his little wings best. They were swish, but were vibrating anxiously. I think he wanted me to hurry up. I'd never known my brother to get so worked up. I'd tease him about this afterwards. I put the cape on and I held my thumb on the number 7. I was certain this was the really magic part. There he is, with the bluebottle on his nose, his little brother. I said loudly, "Number 7, I want you to turn my brother back into this normal shape again." Then I waited, but nothing happened. I couldn't believe it. Harry was still perched on my nose. "I'll try again," I whispered. Perhaps I need to say the words a bit slower? So I wished more slowly, and still nothing happened. I had a third try, pressing the number 7 really hard. This time something did happen. The bluebottle started dive bombing me, flying toward me from all different angles. "Hey, stop it! I'm doing my best." Then Aunt Nora called, "All right, boys, you can come downstairs. It's ready now." My heart began to thump. How could I explain to Aunt Nora what had happened? I couldn't. The shock might kill her. The doorbell rang. "Jamie, that'll be your friend. Answer it, will you?" asked Aunt Nora from the kitchen. I turned to the bluebottle. "Look, just wait here, all right?" I rushed downstairs and opened the front door. I saw Rima grinning cheerfully at me. Then I let out a cry of horror as the bluebottle flew past me and disappeared straight out of the door. "Follow that bluebottle!" I shouted. "Why?" cried Rima. "I'll explain later. Just follow it." I shot off down the road. Rima came panting after me. Here they are, chasing the bluebottle. "Is this some kind of joke?" "No," I gasped and then yelled. "You're being really silly. Stop now." "What?" Rima cried. "It's all right. I'm not talking to you." "Well, who are you talking to?" "That bluebottle," I gasped. Of course you are, she murmured. Suddenly, the bluebottle dived into someone's front yard. I sprinted after him. Rima tugged on my arm. But we can't just go into people's yards. We have no choice, I said. I watched the bluebottle fly onto the rooftop. Oh, great, I snapped. Jamie, what is going on? Demanded Rima. I turned to her. I wished on my cape for Harry to be a bluebottle, and it came true, but I can't change him back. What are you talking about? She gasped. Well, I didn't see how I could have put it much clearer. I started to explain again, but this time she interrupted me. So that bluebottle really is Harry? Her eyes were as big as a car's headlights. I nodded. But that's amazing! She gave Harry a little wave. Hi there, Harry, she hissed. One of the upstairs windows opened. A smartly dressed woman scowled down at us. Yes, what do you want? What we wanted was... But my brain just seized up. I turned to Rima for help. We're looking for someone called Harry and wondered if you had seen him, said Rima. Why would I have seen him? Asked the neighbor. Because he's sitting on your roof, I murmured. That made Rima giggle nervously. Well, what does Harry look like? Demanded the woman. At that moment, Harry took off again. It's all right, we found him, cried Rima. Bye! The woman banged the window shut while Harry streaked off in the opposite direction. Maybe he's going back, said Rima. I hope so, I replied. Rima and I chased after him all the way home. Then he flew over our gate and disappeared off in the direction of the backyard. Aunt Nora was sitting in the driveway. Oh, there you are. Everything's all ready. How are you, Rima? Rima was too puffed to answer. She could only smile and nod. Where have you been? Asked Aunt Nora. Oh, we just went for a little walk, I panted. I don't know why you couldn't have waited until after you'd eaten, said Aunt Nora. And where's Harry? Harry, I cried. He's in the backyard. Well, tell him to come inside at once, said Aunt Nora. I gulped. Oh, right. I went into the backyard. The sun was blazing down and the air was thick with insects. There was a whole team of bees on the clover, while others were busy on the roses and honeysuckle. Butterflies flitted nervously past them while 2 wasps hovered menacingly outside our shed. But where was Harry? I couldn't see him anywhere. Harry, I hissed. Come on, I want to help you. Finally, I heard this loud buzz coming from the apple tree. I looked up. Harry was reclining on a large leaf. He lay there buzzing furiously. I don't blame you for being mad, Harry, but I'll get you out of this soon, I promise. Jamie, Harry, called Aunt Nora. Hurry up. I whispered, I've got to go, but I'll be back. So just stay where you are and enjoy the view. I tore back into the house. Aunt Nora and Rima had already started eating. I sat down. Aunt Nora peered at me through her glasses. But where's Harry? He's still outside, I said. He's hiding. What nonsense, declared Aunt Nora. She marched into the family room, opened the window, and called, Harry, come inside now. Hurry up. She sat down again. It's not like Harry to miss a meal. He loves his food. She sounded a bit anxious. I'm sure he'll come in soon, said Rima. Then the phone rang. Luckily, it was Aunt Nora's daughter, Susan. Soon she was gabbing away. Rima leaned forward. So where's Harry? Sunbathing on the apple tree? You can't leave him out there, though. Anything might happen to him. He might get eaten. Who'd want to eat him? I replied. But actually, I was worried, too. I'll get him to come inside. I ran back to the apple tree. He hadn't moved. Harry, get into the house, will you? He gave a little buzz as if to say, no, I won't. Look, I want to help you, but I can't with you stuck out here. So do what I tell you and get inside now. He buzzed quite loudly this time. You're so annoying, I cried. With that, I rushed into the shed and came out brandishing Dad's fishing net. My brother couldn't escape me now. I stole up toward him, swung the net into the air and pounced. Then I heard a triumphant hum above my head and watched Harry soaring up into the sky. Get back here now, I yelled. Harry, if you don't come back right now, you're going to be very sorry. But I was talking to myself. he'd gone. Even when he's a bluebottle, you're fighting with him. I spun around to see Rima frowning at me. It's Harry's fault. Would you believe it? He's just taken off, I exclaimed. I don't blame him, said Rima. What? Well, why should he listen to you? You've turned him into a bluebottle. You've ruined his life. Look, I never meant for this to happen. My voice fell. What am I going to do now? We've got to get him to come back inside. Then at least we'll know he's not being swallowed by a bird or... And there's the picture of him getting ready to catch the bluebottle. And how do we do that? I interrupted. Rima paused and then smiled. I think I just had an excellent idea. Stay tuned for Chapter 5. Have a great day, boys and girls.